Hello, Karen. From Kioea, Portland, Maine. I want to say surf band, but it's so much more. Um, can you tell me about what is unique about your surf music?
Absolutely. And Ryan, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate getting to speak with you. Yeah, in a way, the surf music is one sort of element to what I do. I would say a lot of it comes from my actual the guitar that I play. So I have a Stratocaster with a tremolo bar, and that's definitely with the way that my guitar pedals are. It naturally with the reverb and stuff has that sort of little bit of element to surf in there, and then also it's very heavily instrumental, so there's that sort of lineage with surf music and surf
Yeah.
instrumentals as well. So that definitely kind of is an element that kind of combines to. Also, there's like psychedelic music that I listen to. I listen to a lot of
Yeah.
different types of music from across the globe. Like, I love Cambodian rock, Anatolian
Mm.
rock, and a lot of that kind of evolved shortly after with surf music in like the 50s and into
Yeah.
60s,
Yeah.
and then there's this evolution with psychedelic rock, garage rock, and then also the music from the 60s and the 70s. So I feel like there's all these little bits and pieces of surf that's kind of blended into all the stuff that I listen
Yeah.
to. So yeah, it kind of
Why?
naturally evolved into like what I play, I guess. Yeah.
Why would you say? I would call it like rock and roll's adolescent period. This '60s. Um, I think that is such a cornerstone of all rock music, even to this day. Like, why would you say that's the case?
Yeah. I think, well, one thing which draws me to surf music is like often there's a very compelling melody that's part of it. Like, it's not just maybe necessarily the chords, but there's like a very, like, usually a prominent sort of lead guitar melody. So for me, I think that has seems like that was early on kind of a prominent thing, and it's kind of evolved over time. So I see it in a lot of the music I listen to. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So I want to kind of say I kind of fell across you on Bandcamp. One of the great things about Bandcamp is you can see the collections of different artists, musicians, just members of Bandcamp, and you have to like cross pollinate, so to speak, and pick from their collection, or just even check it out. And that's how I found you. I don't remember whose collection it was specifically, because we all like buy off of each other's collections, and that's one of the great things. But I said, oh, well, here looks like something different. First of all, whenever a band has a name where I don't understand what it means or can't pronounce it, I assume it's something cool and exotic. Um, and I wasn't disappointed with the music because it's very ambient sounding, even while sounding rock and roll. So first, I mean, the obvious hateful question is, what does the band name mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm really into birds. I have some pet birds of my own, and I like to go. I'm not a very diehard birder per se, but I like to go out into nature and look for birds. So Kioea is a name of a bird from Hawaii, and it went extinct in like the 1800s. So I was just doing research on birds and saw this beautiful picture of this bird, and just read about just a short description. They were only cited a few times, and they don't really know exactly what it sounded like or anything like that. So it was kind of like reimagining what the bird's song would be or something by naming the band that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Awesome. There's a few surf types in Maine. There's the boas who might be the zomboas now. There's I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he does video game themes turn surf songs. So there's an interesting like take on it in Portland, and I'm wondering because so many of us rarely get apart. I happen to know somebody who strictly goes to Maine to vacation every year. What is it? What is so special about the music scene in Portland, Maine?
Yeah, I think Portland has a lot of interesting sort of like an underground sort of music scene per se. Like there's definitely some groups both for doing like there's a lot more shoegaze bands
Really?
coming out, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, and it's funny because it seems like a lot of people who are in Portland who are starting these groups are kind of coming from out of state. Like there's someone from Portland, Oregon who moved here, and they're continuing the shoegaze group here. So there's definitely there's that kind of element. Some bands are kind of reviving more the sound of the 80s, like 80s sort of synth rock sort of. So it's cool. It's really cool to see that. Yeah, but
I'm all for new wave.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I would say that in general, like Maine is a very small state, so as far as population-wise, I mean, it's a huge state, but population-wise, there's not many people here that are year-round. So I think Portland is like very much a very tiny community of people that are starting up these little groups and playing around. So it's very much like you easily get to know everyone in the town that's playing music and stuff, which is really cool. It's really
So, tell me what your background is. Your background in music, maybe your field of study or your vocation. Like, how are all the pieces of your life connected to your music?
So in a way, the instruments that I currently play, like with the guitar, and I also play the sitar, the instrument from India. Both of those kind of like chose me in a way. So I started originally playing the piano when I was 5 years old, and when I started that, I was studying with a musician from Russia. And she went off back to Russia, and then I kind of got bored with the piano, and by that time I was like 9 years old, and my sister was taking guitar lessons and didn't like doing the lessons at all. She was kind of over it, and so my mom was like, do you want to play the guitar? So I was like, sure, I'll try it out, and I'm left hand dominant, so my sister's guitar that I got was right-handed, so I like learned it kind of the back way. Yeah, maybe I don't know how I would play really if I played it like I should really, but I guess I'm ambidextrous. But so yeah, I kind of just started taking the lessons, and I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like I just loved it right away. So yeah, it kind of just chose me in a way. I wasn't seeking it out or anything.
Nice.
Yeah, and then so for the sitar too, like I had my 21st birthday, a dear friend of mine surprised me with a sitar that they had gotten off of Craigslist. So
wow,
like wow, such a nice gift, and I just started very slowly learning how to first tune it. Was a lot, stringing it, tuning it, and then over, many years just trying to build upon that. But I very much like my music is developed through the experience of just playing it, not necessarily like very disciplined study, but disciplined practice. So
yeah. So you have I believe you have a single, and you have I think as of this time you have one song on your EP. By the time this airs, it'll be out probably, but tell me about what people can expect. Describe your music to somebody who may not be familiar with it.
Absolutely. So it is still very instrumental based, reverb, guitar. There's definitely like some more driving beats to these songs and more dynamics that are happening in the compositions, and there is more elements of music from India. It's inspired by some music from India, such as like I incorporate the tambura some, as well as my sitar playing more prominently in this album. So
you'd be surprised. A gentleman by the name of Jason Detheridge, who is in a band called the Surf Hermits, who loves to collaborate. Wink. He loves to collaborate with other musicians, and he plays sitar, and he's also in a live performing sitar group, but where I think he plays percussion actually. But he's very much into Eastern culture, and I wonder what it is. I mean, obviously, Asian traditional music and Middle Eastern music have obviously been via Dick Dale brought into surf music, and but you guys have a more, dare I say, wistful sound.
I think this new album too, I was really trying to make it more intentionally, the songs I was writing more upbeat, like more like not necessarily dance music, but it is something which it's more, it gets you moving, which I mean a lot of the surf music early on, it was done at dance halls, so people listening to it, so it is kind of like inspired by that idea too.
So when and where can this be, your new EP be obtained? And now
Yes, so that would be done through Bandcamp. Yeah. So Bandcamp is kind of my one and only platform at this point for me. So since I'm my own booking agent and manager and record label and all that bundled into one at this point. So yeah, it's just out of ease of use for me to just have it in one spot. So, and I really appreciate Bandcamp. I think they're doing amazing things, and I know there's been some changes more recently with it in the past year or so, but I think I'm hoping it will stay the course to what it has been, because I've discovered so much amazing music on it, and also I've made so many like real connections with the people who listen to my music. I just really appreciate the platform a lot, so I'm going to stay with Bandcamp for the time being. So yeah,
I wholeheartedly support it, because I know there's fees and everything, but Bandcamp does have Bandcamp Friday, which no other platform offers. So there is that, and believe me, I have a lot of explaining to do to my wife every Bandcamp Friday. I'm like click. You just go. So I'm gonna wrap things up with you, but I want to thank you so much for on and talk. Just extend my whatever I could do for you to help you promote your music. Generally on Instagram, use Facebook and Patreon, and YouTube has now, for creators, it has posts, so it's an element of a Twitter-like feed, your own feed. You post on there as well. So if you have show flyers or whatever, I know bands like the Messer Chups, they're not afraid to come into Maine and play, and go down the whole East Coast. I just that's just what they do. So somebody may be going to the Master Chops and you're playing across town the next night. Well, it's a reason to stay an extra night. You know what I mean? So, anytime you need help sharing something, send it to me. and I swear I'll share it. It's what I do. It's part of what I do. So I want to thank you, Karen, so much for coming on, and I really enjoyed your music, and you know, I'll support you.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Ryan. I really appreciate your time. It's really a pleasure to meet you. So.